The Supreme Court in Washington State has ruled that an employer can fire an employee who smokes medical marijuana, even if that employee smokes the medical marijuana at home and it does not affect his or her job performance in any way, shape, or form.
I think the ruling is right.
You're great. I disagree 100%. So okay, what about the people who take OxyContin?
Fired.
They're prescribed OxyContin. They take OxyContin when they're at home. It doesn't affect their job. They don't take it on the job. You think they should get fired too?
Fired.
You're so full of it. You're full of it. I don't believe you.
No, wait, hold up. Okay, now, so let me clarify, right? Do I think they're bad guys? No, of course not, right? Do I think they should be allowed to smoke at home? Definitely. Should the company fire them over it? Definitely not, okay? But if the company has a policy, it has a policy. It's a private company. You can have a policy. Now, it can't be discriminatory like, oh, I fired Anna because she's a woman, and come on, women can't do the job. No, we can't have that, right? Can't do it based on race, etc., right? But if they have a policy, you can't, let's say, drink beer at home. They can have that policy.
So you're
Nobody would want to
favor-
work for them, but I think they can have that policy.
Beer is different because that's done for like recreational use. You just smoke, I mean, you drink to have fun, right?
Right.
But if you are using medicinal marijuana, it's because you were prescribed that marijuana because you have some sort of pain, some sort of chronic pain, or if you're prescribed any type of prescription, it's because you have some sort of illness or disease, and it's something that's out of your control in a lot of cases. So you have to take that. So you're saying that sick people should not be or private companies should be allowed to fire people who are sick and have to take a prescription drug.
I think so, yeah.
I'd have to disagree. I can't disagree more.
Okay, hold on. I would have to check into the laws, and it'd be a good argument legally as to whether that's discrimination or not, right? But I think, and for the 8th time, let me reiterate, I don't agree with the company. I think the company is disastrous. So I think it's a terrible policy, right? But I think that it might have to do with whether they have 50 employees or less or more, right? Depending on whether they have to follow certain discrimination laws, et cetera. But if a guy sets up shop down the street, I'm a little Rand Paulish in this way, and he says, you know what? I don't like people who drink because my dad was an alcoholic. It bothers me. You're not allowed to drink under any circumstances. All right, you know what? I don't like guys who take prescription pain medicine because my mom lost it on that, or my dad's Rush Limbaugh and he went deaf, and I think it's a bad idea, and I don't care what you got going on, I'm not going to allow it. Fine.
Can you imagine if like the head of MSNBC came to you and said, I really don't like cholesterol medication or people who take cholesterol medication because when my dad took cholesterol medication, it had terrible side effects. It damaged his liver. So Cenk Uygur, I heard that you take cholesterol medication and I would like to fire you. I'm sorry, my company has that policy.
I would say to them, I totally understand what you're saying. I will no longer take it. And I will die of a heart attack in a year and a half. Okay, no. Look, it doesn't mean you have to like the policy. I wouldn't agree with that policy, and I might not work for them. I might say, oh, that's interesting. Here's the other portion of that, which is that the Young Turks is the largest online news show in the world. So you do what you got to do. I do what I got to do. You see what I'm saying? So now, look, it's bad because people are put in a bad situation. I got it. I'm on their side. I love them. Okay? I hate the company. Does that make it better?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, it does. All right.
I just find it ironic that you are in favor of regulating the banking system and, regulating private companies in some ways, but when it comes to something like this, you're not in favor of regulating them.
That's right, because I do it case by case. So in the case of the regulation of the banks, they endanger our global economy. They endanger us, right? In that case, they're making a decision about their employees, and in the end, it's going to hurt themselves, because then you're going to have which right-minded employee wants to go to a company that's that unreasonable? Now, that might be a small thing, but if they do it over the stretch of, a lot of things, they get a bad reputation, yada, yada. Look, I'm a capitalist, man. Look, I feel like Herman Cain from yesterday. Look, I'm black. Okay, I'm black. Okay, I'm a capitalist. I believe in the free market within bounds of reason with appropriate regulations. And look, I could be wrong on this. I bet if you've got two excellent lawyers to argue the case on both sides, there's some chance that you could swing me on it. But right now, I think that does not fall within discrimination.
Can we open this up to the Supreme Court?
Real quick. Supreme Court.
Company guilty.
Guilty. Okay. Jesus.
Guilty.
All right. Well, there you have it. Very clear. I feel like I've been overruled and outvoted many times on the TYT Supreme Court. It's getting to be a trend.
It used to be me, but it is now switched to you.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe I should think about that. All right, I lose again, 3-1. TYT Supreme Court says, smoke up.